Hi Selvi, last time I saw you, you weren't up to eating much. How are you going now?
Yeah, so much better now. And I actually came here to talk to you today about healthy eating and weight gain in pregnancy.
Healthy eating in pregnancy is all about getting the balance right. You certainly need to increase your intake of lots of nutrients in pregnancy, but you don't really need to increase your calorie intake all that much. So healthy eating in pregnancy is about getting the serving sizes right, but also thinking about the quality of the food that you're eating as well.
Okay, so what are the nutrients that you're talking about?
I'm talking about things like protein and vitamins and minerals, so things like iron and folic acid, calcium, vitamin B12 and iodine, for instance. Depending on what your particular diet's like, sometimes you might need to take some supplements for those things. We can actually have a look at this Monash Health booklet to see what healthy eating in pregnancy is all about. So you can see that you need to plan to eat regular meals to be sure that you get enough carbohydrate and fibre, as well as fruit and veggies, and calcium and dairy, meats and other proteins to get a balanced and nutritious diet. But you can still have snacks like fresh fruit or nuts and seeds, and don't forget plenty of fluid.
I've heard that there are some foods that you should avoid to eat when you're pregnant.
Yeah, there are some foods where the risk of bacteria is much higher. They're listed in the booklet too. Let's have a look at that. You need to avoid soft cheeses, soft serve ice cream or frozen yogurt, pre-prepared coleslaws and salads, raw, and by that I mean unpasteurised milk, or food that's made from raw milk or raw eggs, and also avoid ready-to-eat meats like hot dogs or deli meats or pate, and raw seafood needs to be avoided. And it's also highly recommended that you shouldn't be drinking energy drinks or alcohol, and just a moderate intake of caffeine and chocolate. And don't forget that processed and salty foods can cause fluid retention.
I'm quite hungry a lot these days, and I'm a bit concerned about my weight.
Okay, you do need to gain weight in pregnancy, of course, that's necessary, but the amount of weight that you should expect to gain really is based on your pre-pregnancy weight. And when you first came in to see our midwives, they would have measured your height and your weight so that we can calculate a thing called your BMI. So let's have a look in your booklet here about what healthy weight gain in pregnancy is about. Can you see where you fit in this table? So if you do need professional help to manage lifestyle changes and healthier eating during pregnancy, you can go several ways. You can find an accredited practicing dietitian through their website. There are dietitians at your community health centre, but also just to look up online, you'll find information at the NH and MRC website. Check out healthy eating in pregnancy and that will give you a lot more information. Great. So Selvi, all the stuff that we've been talking about is in this booklet for you. But of course, if you've got any concerns, do come back along and see your doctor or midwife or go see a dietitian.